I got Rick Dyment here, our airport manager, help me continue my celebration of St. Pat's Day. I think I have a romance with airports. I have dearly loved airports. I used to take, when I was in college, and don't tell my wife, I used to take my dates to the airport. And it was a cheap date because I didn't have much money, but I would go to the airport with my dates and we would watch the planes go off. It's very romantic. And so I have this long-standing relationship with airports. They mean a lot to me. And it's all. I would love to celebrate St. Pat's Day. I have, in fact, in an airport where I was on a business flight. I got stuck and I ended up in St. Pat's Day out in the airport. With that being said, Rick and I are just pleased that we're going to have an opportunity for you, as residents of Lebanon, to learn some more about airports. This is this is a first for us. As we're trying to come in with new ideas, as we move toward a sustainable community, our global goal for the city is to understand the workings of the city. And I think that our Lebanon Airport is just a fascinating place, and that we want you to join us and get more acquainted with it. And we're going to spend our time together, our 13 minutes together, talking about it, the summit. And it's called the Airport Summit. And I chose the word summit because it means we're going to a high place. We're going to a place where we're summoning persons to join us in conversation. I'll remark probably at the beginning of this and at the end the logistics. But it's called Airport Summit. It's going to be on Tuesday, Monday, March 20th, 2012. So it's Tuesday, March 20th, 2012. It'll be from 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. It'll be at the multi-purpose room in the Mount Lebanon School. And that's 5 White Avenue, West Lebanon, New Hampshire. At that time, we're going to have a community conversation about the history, current conditions, and future possibilities of the Lebanon Airport. We got an invitation, and we're going to have, this is for you, the members of the community, the residents, and there's a little invitation. We're going to put it out on the website, and it's going to be out there on the website, so go look at the Lebanon website, City of Lebanon website, and you'll be able to see this invitation. Now, Rick, how do you feel about having this summit?
Well, thank you, Greg, for having me. I'm pretty excited about it because the airport has a long history, since back in the 40s or so. A lot's happened since the 40s. Some stayed the same, some has changed. But people can't see the airport because it's that big flat piece of city-owned property up on the hill, and nobody really drives by it, and you can't see it very well. So
we have a picture on our. We can't see it probably too from our. But you'll see it better on the website, and it's a perspective showing it flat on a hill and 2 runways, and it's just incredible. And I live in West Lebanon, so I often about 6:20 in the morning, I hear the Cape Air plane go off, and it's like, wow, it seems like it's very close. Do we know anything why they built the airport up on the hill? It's a fantastic view. It's one of the greatest views I've seen around. Is where that airport's located.
The why, I don't know the why. All I know is the when. Is a fellow from the Army in the early 40s, 41, met with some people in Lebanon, and they figured that was a good place, and they wanted to develop an airport. So they had a person by the last name of Eastman put up a $65 down payment, $65
wow.
to buy a large piece of land for the Lebanon Airport. Eventually got paid back his down payment, and since then the airport's changed. It's been there since the 40s. There was an airport before that over in White River somewhere, over near the car dealerships. It's been there. I think it's because it's generally a flat piece of ground, and that's where they usually build airports, is down near the river where it's flat, or up on a plateau where it's flat.
It's just, I think it's just an exquisite looking place. In looking at the summit, where we talk about bringing airport stakeholders together, maybe we have to kind of identify who are the stakeholders in the airport. Who are they?
Okay, stakeholders at the airport, they come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and such. It can be Everybody that's a taxpayer in the city of Lebanon, whether you live there or not, is a stakeholder in the airport. City government is a stakeholder, city residents, anybody that does business in the city. Also, anybody that lives in the Upper Valley, because the airport is the largest airport in the Upper Valley, the only one in the Upper Valley with airline service. So we have a lot of stakeholders. We also have stakeholders from the federal government, the state government, that direct us on how certain things are done. We have stakeholders from the environmental agencies, so that they make sure that we do the right thing, and we make sure we do the right thing environmentally. People with finance, that we generate the revenue, keep our costs down, they're stakeholders, as well as, somebody I didn't mention, are all the people that do business at the airport, the people that fuel planes, fix planes, sell helicopters, fix helicopters, the airline, rent-a-cars.
Well, let's take a picture of that. First of all, I think it's obvious, if you're watching this program and you're a resident of Lebanon, you're a stakeholder. So as a stakeholder, there's no RSVP necessary. Please come to the summit. We'll have some light refreshments, because I don't do things unless there's some light refreshments. So we want you to come, and we want you to come and participate. I think you'll find it a safe and friendly place when you come. We're going to be welcoming, and we're going to try to learn a little bit more together and have some conversations together about where we might go. Now, Rick, let's try to describe, I don't know how many people go up and watch airports or have this fixation like I do, I like to go watch airports. But let's just describe the airport from your perspective. From your office, you can see most of the surroundings of the airport and its activities. What activities go around, and this would be all facets. What would you see if, like, we were having one of those wonderful cameras that they have now, doing the 3D thing going around? Mm-hmm. What would you see as a citizen if you were able to kind of observe the general day at the Lebanon Airport? What kind of activities would you see out there?
Okay, if you arrived at the airport early enough at 6 o'clock, you'd see Cape Air leave. Our airline either leaves to Boston or New York City. At around 6 o'clock, you'd see Signal fuel truck come over to fuel up the plane. They're a lessee at the airport. They do business. Inside the terminal, before the people got on the plane, you'd see TSA inspect the passengers and the baggage.
And TSA stands for?
Transportation Security Administration, for security.
That's part of our Homeland Security efforts.
Security.
We're participating as part of that system.
Everybody that gets, all of the people get on the plane, TSA checks them out. If you drove up to the airport, you might have had a rent-a-car. You'd drop your rent-a-car off at Hertz and Avis, the people there.
It's one of the most convenient rental car places I've ever seen, because in my life I've traveled a lot, and I have, of course, used rental cars a lot. But this is so convenient, coming right off a plane, and you get in a rental car, and you can immediately have access to the car out there in the parking lot.
Very short walk.
Very short, very convenient, very fast. Mm-hmm. Incredibly, people have such a luxury to be able to access like that when I have stayed in long lines at rental places trying to get a car to get out somewhere.
And I guess I'd throw in other things that you might see over at Signal. All of the corporate jets from all over the world that come to Lebanon go to Signal Aviation at the north end of the field, where Signal sells fuel, sells services, does repairs. So from Signal's facilities at our airport, you can fly nonstop to almost anywhere in Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, and West Coast, and Western Europe. On the way back from all of those other countries, of course, you have to stop somewhere to get checked out with immigration. But at least outbound, those are all non-stops right from Lebanon.
So you go to outbound. So people that charter jets or have their own planes, they can get out of here, and they can go. It's global.
Yeah,
and that's amazing. People might not think about that. That's an amazing asset to be able to do that. It's very I think very special.
Sorry, I forgot something else very important. We're one of 3 airports in the state with a control tower, and that's a real competitive advantage for us with other airports. A huge level of safety since we have a control tower. Anytime you're within 5 miles of the airport, you have to contact the control tower, and they line everybody up in a safe and orderly way.
And that we want to explore at the summit the possibilities for the best interest of all concerned. So the whole thing about it is what's good for the residents of Lebanon. In our last minute or so, we want to make some special interests. I think you have covered them. but it's our airport service providers, and maybe just touch base a little bit, Rick, on the providers we've listed in our last couple of minutes here.
We have Cape Air, our airline, our rent-a-cars, Hertz and Avis that are on the airport, Signal Aviation that repairs planes, services planes, Sharky's helicopters, sells, trains, and fixes helicopters, Leading Edge Aviation, our flight school that will be getting into other endeavors, Midwest ATC, our air traffic controllers, Big Green Aviation, the south end of the field, they're actually constructing a plane to sell. And White Mountain Holdings, insurance purchase company in Hanover that's very active flying, has 2 airplanes. And the Lebanon Police Department, they come up and observe and check out people as they get on the plane, along with TSA.
Excellent. And then we have our fire department who, in the event of emergency, our fire department will be there to assist and support us. Now, as we close our program today in this segment about the summit, please come and be a part. When you come to that summit that night, expect to have a comfortable time. There will be information there at the table that you'll be able to take with. But more importantly, we hope to, people to join together in conversation that's comfortable, casual conversation about where we've been with the airport, where we are today with the airport, and where we might want to go for tomorrow. I have spent in the last 3 previous jurisdictions a significant amount of time working in the communities with the airports and how an airport might fit in this area, this region. We're also going to invite some surrounding jurisdictions to attend as well, because we want to be a regional leader and want to be a collaborative type of organization. So we're inviting them to come. But everyone is equally important in this. It's all about what concerns all of us, and it's all about what's better for all of us in the future and our families and our children. So please come to the Airport Summit. It'll be the first of many conversations we'll have in the community, and I think you'll enjoy it. Rick and I look forward to having you there.
Absolutely.
We'll close the day just by my wishing you a happy St. Pat's Day. And I always say that in remembrance of my mother. And I hope you have a great St. Pat's Day. Thank you.